Jean Marie had so much fun visiting with Vaughn Hyndman, owner of Waggin Hynies, a premier pet care and dog walking service.
So thank you for spending time today.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And what are the names of our friends?
This one is Izzy, and she is a Beagle Basset mix, and then this one is Marty McFly, and he's a Basset Hound. Marty McFly from Back to the Future.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your business and what you're doing and how you got to your business.
So I mean, I've always loved animals. I mean, I will start with my life. I knew my life was going to involve working with animals. I grew up in Belmont as like in my younger years on the Ralston Ranch, which is a horse ranch. And so we lived at the bottom of a dirt road, and we had dogs and cats and chickens and goats and pigs and horses, and we lived much differently than the rest of our friends in Belmont. We would get chastised by the teachers at school because we would truck mud into the school. But we had the house that everybody wanted to go to, and we had to get up at 6 in the morning to feed all the animals. So that was something that at 6 years old, being told you don't get to eat breakfast until the animals eat breakfast because they don't get to feed themselves and they come first. So my sister and I would have to get up and feed all of those animals and take care of everybody, and then take care of ourselves and then walk ourselves to school. I applied and I got accepted, and I moved to Colorado by myself, and I went to vet tech school out there. So I ended up finishing at Colorado Mountain College. I realized that even being a vet tech wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And we had some animal control officers come to school and give talks, and I was like, just a strange mix of the veterinary parts that I want and the law enforcement part that excites me. So I applied at PHS in like 2005, and I got a job there as an animal control officer. And it was as the Peninsula Humane Society.
Okay.
And it was originally just in San Mateo. Now they have the 2 locations. And I worked there until the end of 2016. Started contracting for a woman named Stephanie Miller in San Francisco. And she owns a company called Recess with Stuff, and she is a professional trainer and a dog walker. All of these dog walkers got this property in Montera it used to be an old flower farm, and the guy leases them all lots. Now they all have these private lots. Some of them share. I share with the other dog walkers that work for Recess. But I'm also allowed access then on my own time with my own clients. So I started contracting for her, just doing her clients in the city. I pick up dogs in Bernal Heights and Castro and Noe, and I take her clients out to the ranch. We pick them up in the city, drive them to Montera for an hour, let them run for an hour, take them home, and then that's the day. But in the meantime, I started dog sitting for her clients and getting kind of my own clientele going with what I've always been doing. So the Waggin Hynies thing just finally, after about 3 years of independent contracted for someone, it was time to get my own business going. I mean, to get my own business name. We had to buy a new vehicle just to really start being accountable for my company and doing it. If I was working 14 hours a day, I would love to come home to a dog that has been exercised, is happy, is well-adjusted, and loves to see me. Like, I'm getting teary-eyed about it. This cat sat for a friend that has foster kittens that are little babies. They're like bottle fed. A couple of them eat on their own. They had a cold basically, and the one was not thriving. I would pet her and her head would just stay to the side. So she's away, but she instructed me. She has all the stuff. So she's like, hey, can you give her fluids, which entails giving them an injection and putting fluids under their skin in the right area. I had to give her doxycycline for the cold, and then I had to syringe feed her and make sure that she's getting food. So these are things that I feel like make me a little bit different than other house sitters. With dogs, I can do injections. I can give them fluids. I know how to do those things.
It's all your vet tech experience.
It is,
right?
That's exactly that's where that. I provide in-house dog, cat, whatever animal sitting. I mean, really, I've taken care of all animals. So I even provide ranch care. If you have large animals that need care, I've taken care of horses. I've all sorts of animals, but I really specialize in dogs and cats and fish and stuff. And with cats, it's good for me just to stop in daily. I don't have to stay the night, but just to stop and check in on the animals. I can give meds, shots, fluids, anything. So if you have an animal that's in renal failure and needs to get fluids every night, I've done that for. And I offer single dog walking, and then I also take my own dogs out to Montera. So.
But what's your territory? How far would you go to?
It's pretty far. I mean, I have fed and taken care of a friend's dog in Belmont and San Mateo. I would say, that's about. I mean, if I'm going to take care of a ranch and staying there, I'd go as far as Woodside.
Okay.
I mean, I would even, I've told my friends, I'm like, I'll even go to San Diego if you're putting me up for a week.
So what's the best way for somebody to get a hold of you? You've got them intrigued. They want to get a hold of you. What's the best way?
So I would say the two best ways I'd have to say is to text me.
Okay.
On my phone, because I'm really terrible. Obviously, we all get the spam calls. I'm not answering unknown calls at this point. So if you text me, it's 650-255-9175.
Perfect.
And just say you're interested in talking about dog sitting or house sitting or whatever you're interested in. Just let me know why you're texting me, and I will text you back within an hour or so. My email right now is waggin_hynies@gmail.com, and it's WAGGINHYNIES@gmail.com. And then I have a Facebook page, a Waggin Hynies Facebook page.
Wonderful.
Spelled the same way.